after you.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the No Cap Space. Tyler and Shawnee here with you for another bracket breakdown. And we got a returning guest from last year's bracket breakdown, a returning member of this incredible series, TylerIAm from Third Time's a Charm, Underdog Fantasy. Get the horns out, Shawnee. There we go. Tyler, thank you for running it back with us. We're stoked to have you here.
No, I appreciate y'all. Happy to be back. I feel like I can only improve on my record.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about.
Nowhere to go but up.
No, it's about hating, but we like that you have that, that mentality. And you know what? We appreciate you showed up fresh and objective, of course. But if you want to get fly and represent a nondescript team of your choice, like Tyler, we got a home field link for you. Head over to home field, use NoCap15, get 15% off your first purchase. Woo!
He's ready. He's got it.
I'm already there.
That's what I'm saying, get fresh like our dog and get ready to hate. Or improve, because it's all about the journey and the friends we make along the way and the gear and the merch. It's about the merch we collect along the way. And there we go.
The No Cap Space collection just dropped every single piece of women's basketball merch all in one place for you. Use code NoCap15 to get 15% off your first purchase. But Tyler, let's talk brackets. I'm interested, just generally speaking, when you're building your bracket, right? Just in general, I feel like there's so many different strategies that people can have. You can really try and be the ball knower and get into the analytics, or sometimes it's a mascot. It's a jersey. I know Shawnee was talking about, how that sometimes that's what sways it. For you, how do you feel like you are being led this year with your bracket building? What's the mentality for you?
Can I start off with some hating? Is that permitted?
Please. Oh, you don't even have to ask.
I didn't think I did, but I didn't want to be.
Please go ahead.
ESPN, you've made an enemy out of me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you're. Maybe this might just be old man me speaking. I like to print and physically hold and fill out. You know what I'm saying? Clicking a button, it's not the same. I need to physically do that. So when you go to print your option, 1, they give it to your portrait, no landscape.
What?
2, I don't know if you can see this. The writing is gray on white, right? Like that's just how it looks.
What?
It's gray on white writing.
I hate everything that's happening right now with this.
So those are my 2 bones to pick. Those are my 2 hatreds.
I'm loving that we're starting off with it. Like this is exactly how we need to be. Lead off here.
Never been in portrait.
I have never seen a vertical bracket. Ever. Like I'm actually physically
disgusting.
I feel like it's like in my sternum. I feel grossed out right now. Like that's
why. So if y'all see Unc doing this right here, they decided to put light gray print. Now I was like, are you sure it's not my printer? My printer's good. The ink is good. I had to make sure it wasn't on me. So
I appreciate you fact checking your hate, like making sure before you dove into the hate. You're like, let me make sure that this is.
Let me get color.
You have to troubleshoot your hate to make sure it's really authentic.
Yeah.
That's what makes it ethical. So we appreciate that.
Exactly. Exactly. Your top seeds, of course. I believe I said this last time. I'm a sucker for. I don't care what division, what conference, who you're playing is. If you win 30 games, I'm probably gonna pick you. You're doing something right. Whoever you pay, like you've either figured out something dominant offensively, defensively. You're either a well-balanced team. You can take away teams with their dominant hand, what they want to do. So that the vibes, of course. I like synergy. I like if I know that the men's team is in the tournament and the women's team is in the tournament, I'm trying to fast forward to seeing that who's the graphics. Retweet if your team is still in the Sweet 16. Retweet if your team is still in the elite. We see it every year, so I'm just trying to visualize those kind of things. A couple upsets and objective analysis. Just not letting any allegiances take you too far anyway.
I can. So let's before we're gonna talk about your upsets. We're gonna talk about your Final Four, but we do have to talk about Kentucky. I mean, it's right here in our face. How far is Kentucky getting into your bracket?
I got them winning a couple games. I try not to let bias take it too far. I do have them. See, they're regional 4. I've got them losing to USC.
Okay,
that's how far I've got them.
We just to get the visual here. So so Sweet 16. That
I would be thrilled with it.
That is a very reasonable, like, even with the bias, like, that is a very, very reasonable pick. I can work with that.
And hey, last year, I don't think you were able to comfortably say like Sweet 16 Kentucky. So again, growth. We
not
love
even
that.
in the NIT.
Yeah. We love that.
Tough couple of years.
It's been a turnaround. So like, how has it been seeing the turnaround now with obviously Georgia Amore has come in and is just hooping. I mean, is a bucket. You got some pieces for the future. Like Kenny Brooks has come in for Virginia Tech and obviously brought some pieces with him. But like seeing some immediate results and
with the luggage.
Gotta be very fun.
That's the name of the game. Like, please bring your luggage with you. Like, I'm sure, like legit, I'm sure we all started watching sports when it was a time of like transfer. Like something's wrong with a transfer coming in or going out of your program. Exactly. And now with the portal, people stay like multiple, like you can get a portal for 2, 3, 4, 5 years now. So please bring your luggage with you. I know it's vetted luggage. I feel like it sets a floor, and not to get like too excited, but I like the floor of what Kenny Brooks has set for the program. I think that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. Again, it's a solid mix. Obviously, Georgia is going to be one and done with Kentucky, but the future pieces as well, like Clara Strack, is a very exciting piece for Kentucky. Like legit, especially in the SEC when you need a good big. Y'all got one. That's the first piece to this. But let's talk about some of these upsets. I'm interested in what the mindset is here. Take us wherever you want on the bracket of some things that you have decided to go against the grain with a little bit potentially.
Okay, I'll tell you the first thing. I did my bracket. I go all like they've got all you can do bracketology and analytics and our plus picks. I don't do that.
Nerds.
I agree. I do check my work with the nerds work. I do your test.
You're looking over the shoulder.
Okay. B. I got you. Yeah. They had a couple of teams. They said it's like, nah, like pump your brakes. You're a little too high on. So that's why I come to you all.
Okay. I
had just Georgia Tech locally. I had them winning one game, and the analytics were like, "Whoa, dog! Like you."
No.
I was like, they can't get one. Is the 8-9?
Yeah,
8-9. They were.
And if you know anything about their coach, Georgia Tech.
No, that's why
I can't go with only analytics.
That should be a very good game. That's like one of those genuine 8-9s that like should be some real hoops with that. Like Richmond is a very good, like, even as a mid-major gets in that large bid, but Georgia Tech is not slight. That is not some like very. I'm very surprised honestly that the analytics would be disgusted.
They don't respect Coach Nell, so now now ESPN is about to make an enemy out of me. How dare? How dare you? Oh no!
Come on down.
And this is why you can't use graphs to talk basketball. Like that's really one
KD tweet when you need it.
The servant ate that one little thing.
No, he cooked. He
like for Shawnee to agree with KD on something, like he really had to. He really had to cook. Like it's like that. That takes
he's on point.
So that's a perfectly fine. Like I'm surprised that they were.
Yeah, for one game. Again, I didn't have him making the final. If I had to win one game,
right?
You're not saying they're beating UCLA. Like,
I have Grand Canyon winning a couple games.
Okay.
Now here's the thing: Grand Canyon
and then losing to UCLA.
Grand Canyon's on a vibe, and Molly is about to get paid, so she's looking at one of these 5 games. She took them to this is their first ever tournament, so they could really have some like Florida Gulf Coast type.
Yeah.
Like
this is like the potential for like the price of the brick to go up with Molly Miller is like these are like those type of games, like kind of not even necessarily playing with house money because she got real money that she can go make because
like
pretty much every opening at the Power 4 level, like the Grand Canyon's coach is at the top of it. So
she'll be telling people no. Like she'll be the first call.
No, she'll have her pick of pretty much whatever school she wants to.
So we'll see,
and for good reason because Grand Canyon's been fun. So like I think that's a top tier lower seed pick here. That I think that'll end up being a pretty popular one across the board. So like I'm loving these so far. You're rolling. I don't care what the analytics say. I'm loving
it.
This.
Let's stuff them in some lockers. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Regional 4. I went chalk there. Nothing exciting there. I've just got USC
fair
over Kentucky. I've got Tennessee as a rival of Kentucky winning more games than I'd like to. Again, I try to hate, but I do have to be honest though.
This is the region that everyone this is the region that like nobody has really any idea what's gonna happen. Like there's I agree, like the USC region I think is gonna be fairly chalk, especially like the first round. Like I think it'll be pretty smooth. This other region, like
it's the depends who shows up region.
Exactly.
Like you got some world beaters in here, and then you got some teams that are like,
which version
maybe not
today. Showing up?
Yeah.
Like
I do have that. I do have them losing to Montana State, so I have Montana State. As one
that's
what? Ohio State. Oh, okay.
That was another one where the bracketology said, "Whoa, now, are you sure?
Man,
are you sure about this one?"
Okay, so here's the thing. Like you're doing some stuff that's unconventional, but I see the logic because like Ohio State has been like,
they should be better than what they are.
Yeah. So then they get into the Big Ten tournament, and Cody McMahon is just like flipping everybody off and saying like they're disrespectful. I hate them. Like F them. Yeah. And then they didn't win the Big Ten, so it's all kind of like
okay, you got to win after that.
Yeah, you got it. Like all right,
got out early too. Like didn't make it to the championship. Yeah, like
exactly.
They won one game.
I like that energy, right? Like bring me that negativity. That's fine, but like you got to put the wins behind it. So
you got to back it up.
Yeah, and then it's like their coach uses dive, and that's not important to know, but like it's just something I've noticed. So
it's just in the notes.
It's hard to
there.
It's
there.
It's right in your face. Yeah.
So if you're going with an upset, this isn't one that's like what are you doing? So I can
and
see
again,
it.
just one round. Like they were yelling at me like I had like a 12-13 championship. I'm like, I'm just trying a little March chaos.
Numbers are just flashing at you in bright. Yeah, like, don't do this. Don't do this.
Get those chicks off the bus.
So you have this rival in Tennessee. You got a rival down here in Louisville. How are we treating Louisville down here? What's the vibes with Louisville?
I kind of think this is the Hailey Van Lith.
Okay. All right. So
we didn't get it last year.
This. Yeah.
We did not get. I think it kind of breaks right for her. No, like I can get Louisville there.
I can get behind this. It's just
that potentially round Texas. You get to potentially fight for the state.
And this is what I'm saying. This is the perfect like anime region for her because it's like she's got beef with that minimum 3 teams.
Yes,
and she can probably create more if we give it some time. Yeah, like she could maybe say something off rip about Michigan, and we don't know why. We have no idea why she would beef with Michigan, but it could happen.
Yeah.
So I think that would be this sets the stage because so she beats Louisville, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, so you have Notre Dame going. So Notre Dame's been shaky recently, but at their best, they're still Notre Dame.
I did see because they could have got a 2 seed, right? They were expected to be a little bit higher.
Yeah, so they just kind of stumbled through the end of this season. I think they lost like 3 of their last 5, if you include the ACC tournament. I think is what the number was. So at their best, they beat Juju, they beat Texas. Like they've had these major wins early. UConn, yes, like they won all these games in non-con, but they just stumbled at the very end of conference play. So it's like that's where it's like who shows up, because if it's good Notre Dame, they're a national championship contender. Yeah. But if it's recent Notre Dame, they could scare out early, and it's kind of the same thing with Texas and everything. Like this is the region of chaos, and I don't know which way it's going to break.
I've got TCU beating Notre Dame, so I've got Notre Dame winning a couple games. But then
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
They're running the HVL. I'm sorry for my queen Niele Ivy, but I think it's the Van Lith revenge tour.
I'm
look, man. After all she endured for giving us that iconic meme, like I could see things going her way.
Yeah.
That meme was
here for it. I still
fed the streets.
I'm not gonna lie. Like
it fed the streets.
Yeah. So okay, so we have Texas up top. Are we going Texas, Tennessee here? Is that what you were?
I did go Creighton over Illinois 9/8, but outside that, I had Texas on the way.
Texas, Tennessee. Who are you giving Tennessee that many wins, or are you going Texas?
I had to go Texas again for the plot. It's all part.
I can get behind this.
All part of the plot.
Okay,
all part of the plot.
All
part of HVL's story.
Okay, so we'll come back to that one once we get to the Final Four. Are we? So we have USC, Kentucky here. I know you said you had USC over Kentucky at this point. Very reasonable, very fair. Are we getting
about UConn?
Are we getting Juju versus Paisley Beckers again?
I think we have to, right?
I think we have to as well.
I have that as well, but
I mean,
it's
we
one
don't have
like
to.
I'm rooting for it.
Okay. No, it's fine.
You prefer we don't? Oh, okay.
No. This is your bracket. This is your bracket.
That's the hate seeping through.
Yeah.
That's so we can make it here.
Okay.
So we got 2-1-2 so far. But I think it's a fair 1-2. We can go back up to this UCLA region up top here. I assume Grand Canyon. Is this where it ends?
Afraid so.
Okay, because that's where my red that's
when my stats would have started bleeping at you too.
Like you're doing too much.
Yeah. So this is another kind of interesting part here because LSU has had some injuries. Like they're saying that they're going to be actively healthy, but we don't know the percent until we know the percent. You know, like Flau'jae Johnson is going to be on the court, and Nisa Moore is going to be on the court, but you know, like what percentage are we talking here? Both were seen in boots at the reveal of the bracket.
And that's my thing. Like, don't tell me.
Oh, I don't like that.
It's not,
everything's all right, and they had like opposite leg boots, so they was kind of
Yeah. So it's like on one hand, you know the star power, but on the other hand, what are your star powers even capable of being stars? How
many legs do we have between them?
I was like combined.
Take it at him. Sorry.
Setting the line at 2.5, and we'll go from there with it, like with the legs, you know, which is not a great line to be able to set. But I'm interested. What do you got going on in this bottom half of UCLA's region?
I do have Florida State going out early. I got George Mason.
Okay.
Getting that done. It's just one of those. It just feels like George Mason in March needs to win a few games. Men or women, they're just a team. Like they're just due to win a game, not too far. Just they stay in our like March memory.
What did you pull up for if you wasn't going? You know, bust some brackets.
Make some type of noise.
Yeah. Crit asked something similar.
I was thinking that. Yeah,
many moons ago.
We here with it. We here.
He couldn't believe why she came.
What you mean you wasn't upsetting?
I do have LSU over NC State though.
Okay,
that makes sense.
One of the last games, Kentucky did not end on a great stretch, but LSU beat Kentucky, so that's kind of seared into my head. And I was okay, that's if they beat us, they got to be great. You got to win a couple of games. Okay.
So they go find a leg.
Yeah.
Get them.
They get one from somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. Leg acquired. Okay.
Who's to say? Yeah.
All right, so this I feel like to me is probably the most straightforward region when it comes to picking because South Carolina, even though Don Staley was not happy about not being the number 1 overall seed, this region feels smooth for South Carolina. I don't expect too much trouble. But what do you have here in your bracket?
I got pretty much chalk. I had Oregon 10, and this is one of the ones that the computer yelled at me was like, I don't know about those Ducks. So again, I'm open because I know Vanderbilt. Please, I can't think of her name. She's a
Michaela Blake.
That's the one.
Yes, the freshman.
I do know she is on Vanderbilt. That alone had me rethinking. If they would have just flashed like her name up there, her box score,
you would have probably switched it back.
I would have been like, "Nah, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, you're right. You know, the nerds got this one thing. Like,
nah, you cook. I'll give you that.
But this is one of those either or ones because like they got Deja Kelly at Oregon. Like Oregon's been cooking. You know, I'm not a Kelly Graves fan, but like, you know, he's done his thing. So it's like they could win that and piss everybody off because I want to see Vanderbilt. But like Vanderbilt's young, the inexperience, it could come back. So that it's like a safe upset. You pick safe upsets.
I don't know. You got George Mason and Grand Canyon. Like,
I got a couple.
I don't know.
But,
I don't feel like
George Mason's the only one. Grand Canyon, to me, like, I don't know, just
Montana
off vibe.
State.
Like,
yeah, man, Montana State. I don't feel like that's a safe upset. There's a good balance I feel here.
Well, everybody's kind of mad at Cody, so I think that's. I'm going again vibes. Like,
if you're going off,
you said I need more chaos though. I'm open to more chaos.
Then go with Green Bay if you bad with it.
I'm listening.
Grab that Green Bay. Oh, I know. That's all I got.
That's one. Yeah, bet it all. Is that what you bet? Me?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't bet it at all.
So just in case.
Just
you don't ruin your life
for no reason.
Like, no, but like NSU, that's a winnable
that's
one.
A fun one, yeah.
Over Maryland.
I hate saying that, but it's tournament time, so I love my HBCU and yours too, even if it is NSU.
Yeah, that's an interesting matchup. Maryland's been one that's had some injuries. It's been a little bit tough finding a rhythm because of it, and Norfolk State's got some hoopers that have done it. Like Diamond Johnson has had her own several March Madness moments in the past before transferring there. Mimi Wheeler's legit. So like that's a fun one that I think that could catch some people. You know, or we're not here to, you know, it's your bracket. Well,
now you got
it's your life.
I have them making Sweet 16 and losing to South Carolina, but now can Norfolk State win two? If you think they win one, can they win two?
Yeah, so here's the thing, Alabama and Green Bay.
Let's talk about it, because Norfolk State has actually played both of these teams this season. They lost by 1 to Green Bay, and they lost by 10 away at Alabama early on in the season.
Okay.
So
held their own.
Not crazy losses by any means, but still losses to both of these teams. So there's an argument to be made that like it's certainly possible. And notably, this is at Maryland. So like it's not the away at Bama that they experienced before. So they ain't gonna have the Bama fans there, you know, in the same way for the home court advantage aspect of that. So
they're gonna have their band.
There's an argument to be made.
Band gets down.
Yeah, let's go with Norfolk State.
Okay. There we go.
I like it.
So we'll go with South Carolina and then South Carolina here. I think.
Hold on, wait. Are you sure?
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, I do.
I assume, you know.
Also, unless you know something I don't.
No. We ain't saying all that. Hold on.
Y'all got some inside information.
We ain't saying all that.
Okay.
I've been talking to Black Jesus, and he's on the fence. So you know.
Okay, who's gonna be meeting up with South Carolina here in the Sweet 16?
I think if we get the Carolina Duke.
Okay, so we go Carolina Duke.
I think we get another Carolina Duke.
Restoring the feeling. I like that.
I had Carolina, but then I found out former coach Kira Elsie is on the assistant coaching staff for Kara Lawson for Duke. So now I might ride with Kara Lawson and Duke, as nasty as that sounds to say out loud.
Don't feel right, but
no, but like when they won the ACC, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, we all had like the same reaction on our group chat. Like, oh wait, I didn't know she was there. Like,
you've been there the whole time. I didn't see you. Okay.
Kira Elsie's team is up to note because on her Wikipedia, her picture is her in a Duke zip up.
Okay, so they're really like
they're not winning the conference championship. Not normally your Wikipedia page be from like 2017.
Yeah,
hers is up to date. So that's up to date scouting. I'm going now. I'll go Duke there.
Okay,
I'll go Duke there.
All right, so it's Final Four time. We gotta decide some stuff. So we'll make our way back down. Well, let's start off with Texas TCU. The battle for Texas here. I mean the HVL plot. I mean there's so much get back available just all over the board here for HVL. But Texas's defense is about as stout as it comes across the nation. So I'm intrigued. Who did you go for the hate here with HVL?
I did. I feel like it's still
I
think the year of hatred is still
the portal's still open.
On.
The portal's still open.
Yeah,
the portal's still open.
Stay in line. You can get your hate. Stay in line. I went TCU. I don't feel great about it, but I don't feel bad. But like again, I can't let hate lead me this far and then try.
Yeah,
to
you can't.
Up on it. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going TCU. I'll stand on that.
Okay, so looking across the way, I mean, superstar matchup here. I mean,
Woo!
this is like the matchup that, I mean, the script writers were in there like, oh, y'all are gonna watch the Final Four. We're gonna make sure you're tapped into the Elite Eight.
You have no choice.
You have no choice.
That had to be the only reason, because I was like, why would this not be the Final Four? Why would this not be the championship?
And so Lindsey Gottlieb, USC's head coach, was pissed when they saw UConn be it, like,
and
then being the last one. Because, I mean, I feel like everyone, like, nobody can, like, outwardly really say it, like, at least from, like, a coaching perspective, but, like, we know what's going on here about why we get this matchup early to maximize, eyes and everything, which, like, you know what? Because we saw this last year, UConn wins. We saw it early this year, USC goes to Connecticut and wins. So this is kind of the rubber match here between these two, potentially, with a chance to go to the Final Four. I mean, it's about as big as it gets. Like, so you have your two biggest stars in the game right now. Who you rolling with?
I gotta go Juju, man.
It's fair. The Judenda.
It continues. Kentucky, I think it was her freshman year, lost to Caitlin Clark. So I was like, is this just going to be a thing? Whoever is just like player of the year caliber just puts Kentucky out. Got it. So
yeah. Okay.
I'm going Juju and USC.
I can get behind. I mean, like, look, there's no bad pick in that matchup. Like, it's gonna be such a great game. South Carolina Duke. Are we rolling with Duke still? I know it was a quick switch, but
it was a quick switch, and it's
it ends
shorter ride.
I think that's
gotta go Coach Don Staley in the game there.
You can't go wrong. You really can't. And now UCLA LSU. Obviously, LSU has a star power. UCLA stacked. A potential battle of LA round 4 this season, going into the Final Four between USC and UCLA. Is that what you went with? Are you going battle of LA here?
I think we get it again.
Okay.
I think we get round 4. I'm afraid
another Big Ten battle.
Goodness.
Another classic Big Ten. UCLA
classic Big Ten matchup.
Just like our grandparents used to watch. Tradition.
Okay, so we're seeing matchups here in your Final Four that we have seen this season, both of these games. Obviously, Battle of LA more than the South Carolina TCU, but there's some potential for some real cinema here. South Carolina TCU, we'll start on that side. I know the hate's been very powerful. South Carolina put belt to ass earlier this year in Fort Worth. It got wicked. But TCU has looked a whole lot better since then. Like it's been a crescendo.
Was this before or after Watkins?
This was before. This was before because she dunked in that game, I think.
Yes, on Sedona.
Yeah. So that is the big difference here when it comes to this from a personnel perspective. Like the other bigs from South Carolina have taken strides in her absence, but there is still no direct replacement when it comes to what Ashlyn Watkins can bring on the defensive side of the ball. So that's where it could get potentially a little bit interesting here. But are you willing to let the hate guide you so far that you're going to put South Carolina out before the national championship?
It's y'all tell me, is this because again, when I think of like the championship Don Staley team, it is that textbook big, like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Go on to be a star big. So just y'all give it to me. Like, do they have the good, like, to win it all? 6 games, 3 weeks.
For sure. I think it'll be different. Like, it's not because to your point, it's not the back to the basket. I mean, they've had it for a decade, pretty much, of just like the avatar cycle of dominant bigs that go top in the draft, and it's easy in that way.
It's like that's why she did that schedule this way. So you've seen a team like TCU, you've seen UCLA, you've seen all of the teams that you're going to see in the tournament. Yeah, so we played like 11 ranked teams and beat them all. So no, we played 11. We lost to UConn, we lost to UCLA, we lost to Texas. So
Texas you get back, and UCLA, UConn were obviously just non-con one-time matchup. So you haven't got those back. But so like South Carolina, it will look different, but certainly capable of doing it. Like they've now kind of, especially the SEC tournament where the big shined in a way that they hadn't earlier in the season, like when Watkins went down early. So
yeah, because Malaysia turns up in March.
Role.
Yeah.
So you got Malaysia, and then you got Tessa, my wonderful sweet children. They turn up in March. Joyce Edwards, that's gonna be like the new. She's a freshman, but
right?
Like,
I was gonna say
yeah, she's tough.
Dawn Staley, you can't keep getting away with this.
It's insane. Like it's the just death machine that is South Carolina, where it's just it's a reload. It's never a rebuild. It's just a total reload every single year. It's insane. But
okay, yeah, I've been swayed. This is where the hate train stops.
This is where it ends.
Final Four. That's a great run.
No, that's a hell of a run.
Hatred to carry you to the Final Four. That's a great
TCU
run.
was having open tryouts last year. So you're from an open tryouts last year to a 2 seed and a Final Four run. That's a hell of a turnaround.
You take that all day.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that. Okay, this is where you're talking about hate. This has been probably the most hateful games in the entire nation so far. I mean, you've had both. You've had Juju throwing the 4s down. You had Lauren Betts throwing the 2s, the fight on down at the bench. Like, I mean, real hate I feel like the spirit of Cheryl Miller's shit talking has just taken over this rivalry and like between her and Reggie Miller, and it has just embodied everyone, and it is so beautiful and fun. And seeing it in a Final Four, I can't even imagine like what the energy level and the hatred level will be. I need to know your pick. How are you feeling on this one?
Did y'all see the tweet where somebody said they can't believe Cheryl Miller is Reggie Miller's mama?
Yes, I was like, what?
What are we doing?
I said we've lost the plot, man. We have lost the whole.
And then when the replies like, nobody else thought this. Like, no, nobody else has ever thought this.
So I'm the only one. Yes, you are literally the only person ever
on the planet. Like, we could take a poll. Yeah. I'm confident.
That got me good. I don't know why. I had a good laugh over there.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I think we get another battle. I do got to go USC though.
Okay.
Ooh,
I think we got. I think this is the Kiki game. Like, multiple games, but one of these along the way to win the championship, you're gonna need your number 2 to
for sure
22 and 14. 25 and 11, like, you know what I'm saying? Throw something crazy on the board.
Knock the boys down. No. Yeah, no, but like I completely agree. Like, well, it's gonna be one of these games that, as great as Juju is and Cam, like, somebody else is going to have to win you a game. And like, it's that Kiki is absolutely capable of doing that. And we've she's been on a great stretch recently to end the season into the Big Ten tournament. So we now have the battle of the real USC.
And this sets up next year because we're playing, obviously, non-con. They announced that. We're going to LA for that. And the teams are going to look different next year, obviously. A couple players are going to the draft. So it's like, whoever wins this, bragging rights heading into that. The team's going to want revenge. This is the first time we've seen both of these teams in a while. I want to say ever, but like, I know that's incorrect, but it's just for dramatics. Yeah, like, this is the first time we've ever seen these two teams play ever.
I can't think of one. Like, I can't recall one.
So just for theatrics, we're gonna speak. This is the first time they've ever met, ever.
We're not fact checking. We're not.
Yeah,
fact
no.
I'm not starting now.
No. This is pure.
So this is the first time they've ever met. Juju, man, I'm curious what Dawn would have for Juju. You've got Malaysia, you've got Chloe Kitts has been cooking.
Yeah, this should be fun. I mean, even just seeing Malaysia and Juju on the same court would be worth it. To be honest, like
the commercials, not like the Dawn, the Juju, like whatever. The edits are going crazy from this game.
Oh yeah,
like, regardless.
Oh yeah. Like, they're all over TikTok. Like, whatever, like pick whatever song you want. Like, you'll have footage from this game to use. Like, whether it's Malaysia or Juju or whoever. Like, you're getting something good out of this game. So are you rolling with more of the system at South Carolina and the Death Machine, or are you rolling with the superstar?
The Jujenda.
The Jujenda.
I think the Jujenda moves, man.
This is some crazy legacy building.
Yeah.
If this is the run, go UConn, UCLA, South Carolina. That's rare air.
This is one of those like you look back. I mean, we discussion last couple of years. It's like, can you be the greatest if you didn't check every single box?
Mm-hmm.
I think she checks that box this year, man. I really do.
Man,
I like it.
I like that. I mean, look,
man. Hey,
the Judenda would be crazy. You thought she's everywhere now. Could you imagine?
That's what, I feel like they already got the campaign. They already got the Nike slogan. The
commercial will go
voiceover.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's all ready.
Funko Pop. I didn't know she had a Funko Pop.
I got it. I got the.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like it's
yeah. I don't be paying attention to your background.
Yeah, it's kind of shiny. It just came in like
okay.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. But I mean, look, the Judenda, like it's everywhere. You literally cannot avoid the
so
Judenda.
Then that means South Carolina goes to LA pissed off after a full off season of having to see that.
Is that game number 1? Like we have to start the season with that?
It's very early.
It's got to be early.
It's November.
It's early. Yeah, it's no. So
I don't know if it's exactly number 1, but like
we're probably
that's
gonna
part of the kickoff. Like that's part of.
God bless Coastal Carolina. That's probably gonna be the.
Yeah, that'll be the tune-up
Somebody's gonna have to die for their sin.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, family.
Yeah. But no, this is a fantastic pick. What a run this would be. What a run of hate this would be. Like, you get Battle of LA, you get Hailey Van Lith just running over her, all of her like enemies, really like everyone, like old ACC off.
The meme where the person goes to the door as the Grim Reaper.
Yes, that's Hailey Van Lith knocking.
That's what you got to think ahead in memes.
Be fearful of Hailey Van Lith knocking. Like
that's another vibe. Like, what's the best meme potential? Because we got the Iowa versus UConn last year, and like Gino about to throw up.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
When in doubt, I think what would be best for the meme, the memeverse. What would be best for that?
I think that's you can never go wrong when thinking about the memes. Like this is I love this bracket. I love some of the upsets early.
I feel good about it.
I'm glad you do.
I'm glad you do. On it.
Like it's there's so it fills my heart to know that this was led with hate. You know, like that. Oh, yeah. That's what fulfills me and the ethical haters of No Cap Space is
only hate drive out love. I think Martin Luther King used to say.
That was his dream.
I'll put that on like a black and white picture with the quote, like the quote next to it, like make it a quote.
The little mid-majors and little P4s could
Martin Luther King, 1962.
Also, stop being mean to white people.
Also, Martin Luther King, 1962.
I specifically put like also Martin Luther King like as the quote, like it'll be like multiple, multiple of it. Well, Tyler, thank you again for coming back on and joining us.
I appreciate y'all. This was fun. Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely. Let us know where can everyone find you, what you got going on.
At TylerIAm, we got Third Time's the Charm going on Underdog Fantasy. We just did our men's bracket reveal. We'll see how that goes. Rooting for my cats over there. Any comings and goings could be found there.
There you go. Thank you again, Tyler. Make sure y'all stay tapped in here with us on No Cap Space. We got stuff going on all tournament long, lives every single night. We got you covered all the way until we put boots on the ground at the Final Four in Tampa Bay with the coverage there live in person. So make sure you stay tapped in here with us on YouTube. Also, podcast platforms, rate, subscribe, all of that in NoCapSpaceWBB.com. And obviously, go get your merch with Home Field. We'll see you next time.